Morning, morning, sisters. I'm so glad that you're here with me. We're taking this journey and we are crushing our cortisol. Today's topic, the fine line between frazzle and dazzle, is meditation. I know. It's like, I hear another thing about meditation, I'm going to get really stressed out. I was never very good at this. So, because I was never very good at this, I have literally found a way that I truly believe hacks into the root of a successful meditation practice without a lot of the other pie in the sky ideals. And there's nothing wrong with that, and I truly believe in it. But I just know that my resistance came to meditation because I found that it was very hard for me to slow down for that length of time. And what would happen is I would get actually very stressed out about the fact that I couldn't calm down. So it was counterproductive. And here's what I found. I'm making sure I'm not getting a deer tick on me, because I'm just in this nice, beautiful end of my trail after my run, but I have no bug spray on. Anyway, not very peaceful. So here's my explanation of why meditation is so important, and then my 3 best practices that I know you can put into place right away. So meditation has a cumulative effect, and let me drop the science first so that you understand where I'm going with this. You've got basically 2 systems that run your nervous system. You've got your parasympathetic nervous system and you've got your sympathetic nervous system. Your sympathetic nervous system is responsible for your fight or flight. Okay, here's where cortisol gets released, right? Our sympathetic nervous system gets turned on when we perceive a threat that is harmful to our lives. When we perceive danger, our parasympathetic drive surges and our breathing rate shortens, our heart rate goes up, our blood pressure goes up, our muscles tense, we cut off blood supply to a lot of other organs, and everything's just shunting through the heart because our body is driving for activity, right? Fight or flight. Okay, so that's our stress response. And cortisol is a good thing. It's what's kept us alive for 100,000 years, so we need that. And this group isn't about, I said crush cortisol in the sense of managing it. I didn't mean crush it like never secrete it, because we need it. So that said, what happens? Well, we don't live in the wild, and we're not running away from lions and tigers anymore. So we've come up with a very, very complicated system of perceiving stress everywhere, whether it be a traffic jam or paying bills or worrying about a loved one's health. We just sit and stew in in our own juices of what if. And our body doesn't know the difference. Okay, that sympathetic drive, it's our protective mechanism. So it kicks in. It kicks in all day long. So we've got this constant onset of sympathetic nervous energy, okay? Which means our brain waves are operating at a frequency, this very beta frequency, okay? And that is a pretty exhaustive state to be in if you don't have an outlet for it. And it starts to wreak havoc on our entire endocrine function, and this is what leads to things like belly bloat and just chronic fatigue and brain fog. So we gotta crush that. So meditation is exactly how you're going to do that. What it does is meditation actually helps you to turn on your parasympathetic nervous system. It helps you stimulate brain activity that's more alpha in nature if you get good at it. So moving from the very active beta waves of our brain to a more calming, relaxing alpha wave. Our parasympathetic nervous system is the dead opposite of our sympathetic nervous system. It is responsible for rest and digest. And guess what? We can control that. We can get there like that. And meditation on a regular basis can help us get there. That's why it's so important. A daily practice of meditation, even just for 5 minutes, is like putting money in a savings account. There's a compound effect to it. And the more consistent you are with it, the more health benefits you're going to receive. and the better you'll become at it. So here are my 3 best practices for meditation. Number 1, just do whatever time feels right to you, because even 5 minutes is going to matter. That's such an important tip. Number 2, focus on mindfulness, the here and now, the present tense. That's super hard because you got all this chatter. What if this? So how I've done it is I just pick a body part to honor, and I focus on that body part, and I literally live inside it. I feel it. And so let's say I'm going to focus on my heart. I picture what my heart looks like. I picture blood flowing in and out of it. I picture how it's beating. I listen to how it's beating. So now I'm in this present moment, number 1, but number 2, I'm also living inside my body. And that practice of pulling yourself into the now is what mindfulness means. Pull yourself into the now. Okay, so that's tip number 2. And my last tip is, if you do have a lot of chatter going on, then you can start your meditation practice with guided meditation. So there are a lot of apps that you can use. One I recommend is anything Abraham Hicks, and you can just Google that. They have a ton of free meditations on YouTube. I love them because they are focused in nature. So you could do like a financial freedom meditation. You could do a health and vitality meditation. And they're usually about 10 to 15 minutes long, and she walks you through in a very calming voice what you should be focusing on. So those are 3 best practices. Again, I can do a whole entire coaching group on meditation, but get it into practice. My challenge for you is to start tomorrow. And if you're a super high performer, freaking click off button and do it now. And then comment below, let me know what you instituted. Was it a body part focus for mindfulness? Did you get 5 minutes in? Report below, let me know. Peace out, much love.